Welcome to Gooseriot Bad Movie Podcast.
How many times have you been on the show?
Seriously?
You don't know the name?
You knew this was going to happen.
Kind of coming for a loop here. You guys
Riot,
probably don't even know whose voice this is right now.
Podcast.
Okay, one more time.
Are we still recording?
Yeah. Go.
Try it again.
Gooseriot
All this is going to
Bad
be in.
Movies Podcast.
Yeah, but what about it?
Yeah. That's the name. What are we doing here?
Bad Movies Podcast.
What are you trying to say to the people
Put
listening
the
right
mic
now?
in your mouth.
Can you hear me now? Is that a
No.
little better?
Let's restart this.
No,
Let's
we're
go with
leaving
it.
it.
Let's fucking go with it.
We're
Sit down,
rolling.
douchebag.
Okay, just trying to,
That's
you
what I
put
like
them
to
out.
see. Take
So
command.
this week we watched Killer Klowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, this was some of the worst acting I've ever seen out of all the movies we've done, other than maybe the Nazi one.
Yeah, it was surf Nazi level.
you go.
And
Are we going to
like,
introduce ourselves?
yeah,
They
My
fucking know
name's
who we
Tanner.
are.
Who
All
are
right.
you?
So
that's
I don't know if you guys know me, but I'm Todd. I'm here a lot, but I don't say much. But I guess I'm
He's
hosting this
usually
week.
He's usually only here for the ratings.
Yeah.
My
That's
ratings
about
are
it.
on point. But, all right, to my left
They
we
are?
have,
Tanner.
Zach.
Chad.
Like,
and again I'm Todd. I don't know if you guys
Thanks.
hear me
You
all that
did it.
often. I have the
You
mic,
did it
so I'm
again.
going to take advantage of it
Over
this
the
week.
last 10 seconds, they forgot.
Hit us up with some stats.
All right.
What do you got
So,
for
Killer
this?
Clowns from Outer Space. You want to do a synopsis? You want to do some stats first?
Do the stats first.
All right.
Let's read some.
So, just to prove that this movie is amazing, the budget was $2 million.
Yeah.
in 88, that's a lot.
Was it?
Yeah.
Not for a movie.
No, I mean, that's...
It was still low
I
budget.
mean, you got to think, like, probably... You're thinking Top Gun, what, is like 20 million at that point? And that's a blockbuster.
yeah.
So, I mean...
It scales.
Yeah, I mean... It's not horrible. I mean, they had special effects, and they had a lot of costume and makeuping.
I guess it didn't help we go back and watch all the special effects then compared to now.
Yeah.
It's a huge difference.
Well, I mean, we have talked about like there was a point when the like real small scale graphics that they did in Star Wars were way better than CGI.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
there anymore, but it wasn't in like the Mummy days where CGI was better.
Mm.
So it's taken time to get there, but I mean, the graphics were still cheesy as fuck. Everything was cheesy as fuck. So is this one of those movies that gets like weirdly good ratings because people like watching it?
It's a cult classic.
Wait,
It has a 71% on Rotten.
71%.
Yeah,
Yes.
71% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now Metacritic is like a 56 or a 51, something weird
That's
like that.
still too good.
It's always
Yeah.
lower. And
Apparently, most of the money came afterwards when they made merchandising, dolls, and
Yeah.
characters
from this
and all.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's cult classic stuff.
Okay,
Ugh.
so Mike, you said you got this synopsis?
Yeah, it's so small town USA.
Actually, the name of the town?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. eh,
Could be. I don't know.
I think it was something Crest, but I don't know.
yeah, it was something I didn't pay that close attention to it. But basically, it started off as a Friday night in this town, and killer clowns come to it. They then rampage the whole city, and the main characters, which is a guy and a girl, I believe they were the main characters.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure
Yeah.
that out.
and the cop.
And the cop,
The ex-boyfriend cop.
the two guys have to go and save the girl from the evil clown spaceship circus tent, and then they escape. And at the end, there's a big super clown. And
Clownzilla.
Super Shredder Clown.
yeah,
That's what I called
It
him.
was.
Yeah.
one of my favorite parts about this movie, which that was the end of the synopsis, by the way.
It's synopsis.
Yeah, that's the whole movie. There's nothing else to it. There's a bunch of scenes where the clowns are being evil and killing people.
Right.
But one of my favorite parts is the fact that you just shot him in the nose. So really, all you had to
Or
do is
pop their nose.
Pop them.
well, I mean, really, all you had to do is smack their nose off.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
The whole show's a spoiler.
Well, he didn't.
The movie's
He didn't
almost
miss
30 years
until
old.
he had the biggest target that he'd had the whole time at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Super Shredder comes out, and he all of a sudden can't hit a shot, but
Yeah.
he's like popping off noses left and right
Uh-huh.
for the whole movie.
Yeah.
I
So-
noticed that too.
Originally, when it landed and the guy saw it,
Uh-huh.
he was like, "We're gonna be rich. We
Yeah.
found Haley's Comet."
Mhm.
So something lands on his property. He goes and sees that it's a circus tent, and his reaction is to try and find a ticket booth.
Yep.
Yes.
And he's a little weirded out that there's no one else around.
He's like, "Why is no one around? No one's supposed to be fucking around.
Uh-huh.
It's not supposed to be a fucking circus tent on your lawn." Holy shit. So
Yeah.
So my problem with the plot synopsis is, so they keep going around and taking all these people. Some of
Yes.
them get put in the cotton candy and are dead.
Yes.
Some of them get put in balloons and are alive.
Yep.
We never ever find out what they're doing with either.
They can't breathe in the balloon for like 3 hours, but
Yeah.
they're
They
still,
still
good at
are
the end there.
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. They do show you what they do with the cotton candy.
They just hang them up.
Yeah,
And
no.
slow-
They drink
slow
them.
Yeah,
with a
he
straw.
does drink
Yeah,
out of it.
they drink them.
For the crazy straw.
But a
Yeah. Which I thought was
ridiculously
hilarious.
overcomplicated straw.
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
necessary.
No. Well, they're clowns. It's
So-
kind of going with the theme.
The whole time until the crazy straw scene, right? I was trying to figure, like, most scary movies, the bad guy has some kind of motive, right? Something wronged him.
Yeah.
Or he's actually mentally insane.
There's
I was
some
like-
description of why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, why are they here and why are they just doing this?
Love.
Besides they're evil, and that's really what it was.
Love
And they
cotton
just-
candy, dead body juice.
They randomly fixate
Yeah,
on those people
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah.
Which
I noticed that too.
also makes no sense.
Well, and sometimes they did, sometimes they didn't. Like that little girl in the Big Top Burger. Like he was trying to get her to come out, and then he just kind of gave up on that and moved on with his life.
Yeah.
So the Terenzi brothers, they were supposed to be high schoolers, right?
I
college
guess
kids.
so.
They were at least 40 years old.
Yeah,
At
I
least.
agree.
Like, really fucking old.
Who played them?
I don't
I
know,
don't know.
but I'm assuming that they were some kind of.
They're probably dead by now.
Well, the directors. It was written and directed by the Chiodo brothers.
Yes.
There were three of them.
Which
I
one
was
of
wondering
them
if maybe
was
those were
actually the
three.
clown?
No,
The
they made a
Super
some
Shredder
cameos
clown.
somewhere else, but not those guys.
Okay, so the only one I recognized was the cop. And if you
Yeah.
look at what he's been in, it's like every fucking TV show of all time,
Yeah.
but for one episode. Except for 24, which he did a whole season of.
So he's just like an extra
Good for
everywhere.
him.
Yeah.
Well, he's not an extra, he's
He's a character or
a guest character.
Yeah,
Kinda. He
character actor.
talks.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
he's a talker. He's in them talkie movies.
Yeah. But that's it. So,
One of the things that really bugged me about him and the rest of this movie. So the main plot follows the chick and her little boyfriend the entire time, and it's kind of like I guess a love story. But then the ex-boyfriend is totally the hero.
Yeah.
But
and
the
it's-
movie doesn't end with him getting his dick sucked.
well, it's really ambiguous. It's still really ambiguous, like,
Yeah.
who the relationship is between at that point. And they
Yeah.
never, like, clarify that, like, they kind of make it a love story, but they don't clarify
Not-
what happens in the love
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Like, does she break up with this new guy that helped them through all of this? Which would be fucked up?
I
Or does
hope not.
she
She needs
get
to be
with the
with
cop that
saved everyone.
just, well, because he had a gun,
Right.
essentially.
That's
and
true.
noticed that he shot the nose off.
Yeah. He did very little.
Right. No one did
That-
much.
Yeah,
of
there was no
anything.
real talent from anyone.
Right.
What made me?
Except the
Clowns.
intro song. That was pretty amazing.
Oh, those songs, the intro and the credit songs were amazing.
Killer Clowns performed by the Dickies.
The clowns killed people in some really interesting ways.
That's one thing. But before we get to that, I do have to say this. This is the part that made me sad about this movie is the older cop.
Yes.
I find myself feeling bad for him. Like, nah, I'd probably be like that too. Like, just leave me the fuck alone.
I don't though. He like immediately made up that the whole town had a conspiracy against him. Like
That's not like it's more like
he's like, "Oh, you all want to have a conspiracy against me?
it's
You
it's
got the
been
whole
like
town in on it." He's just like some old nut.
yeah. Well, no, like I just like imagine like after 30 years of being in there and always having to deal with shitheads on Friday night though, and you're like, fuck, man, it's another Friday night. They're fucking with me again.
He was a cunt stain.
He made me laugh.
The worst thing anyone in that town's doing, though, is just
Drinking.
banging in their car on
Yeah.
the little, whatever, make-out point or whatever they call it.
Top of the world.
Oh, yeah. It's like,
Okay.
whatever.
So some of them were generic. They just shot their gun
Yeah.
and cotton candy people.
Yeah.
They popped out of a pizza box.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
They made a shadow puppet eat a group of people.
That's the scene that I remember from being a kid.
Yeah, I remember
Like I
Same.
always remember that. I remember that, and I remember the crazy straw scene.
Yep.
I was going to get to the old guy
Stroke or
last.
not seen.
Okay.
What are the other ones? Do you remember the other ones?
motorcycle gang. where he punches the dude's head
Oh yeah,
completely
the
off.
Rock'em Sock'em robots, and it just punches his head directly into a trash can. Like what aim? And okay, so another thing about that one, he jumps away to transform into a different costume.
Yep.
But the costume is just boxing gloves. Like, why'd you jump away? Like, this is dumb.
He had to get the boxing gloves.
But still, it was really funny. Like he just.
That's one of the parts that I actually laughed at in this movie. Like it was so ridiculous that it was funny.
Block off.
I didn't laugh.
Then they threw the pies.
Yeah, the acid
he
pies.
suffocated the guy, or he
Melted him, though.
Yeah, melted him.
Yeah,
so they were like acid pies.
Now,
Not
what I
LSD
did expect
pies.
when, we're gonna get to that guy, but the whole older cop guy, like in the beginning, like from the time the clown gets into the police station, I thought that was gonna be acid in the flowers.
Oh yeah,
Like that's what I was
with it.
expecting, and then it was just water, and I was like, well, that's really benign considering everything else you guys have been using. Like even your sock puppet was fucking.
It was actually
sinister as
cat
shit.
piss.
Yeah.
So before we
But he
talk,
likes
Not
it.
acid, but gross.
if there are no other special ones that we can think
No.
of, we can talk
Trying to-
about his.
The dumpster scene with the popcorn, the little weird things of popcorn that ended up turning into, I'm assuming,
They were like
other
snake
jack o'
clowns?
lanterns, kind of.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that bit you.
yeah, but
This movie. This movie's so stupid.
We were definitely feeling like the older cop was the best death
yeah,
Yeah.
because he just used him as a puppet,
yeah.
literally. And he had like the face drawn on with blood
I'm gonna
and
do
shit.
that to Chad later.
Disagree.
I'm gonna
And Chad's
use
gonna
you
like
like a
it.
muppet. Move up that arm.
But like
Strongly disagree.
I don't
was-
care.
probably the
People
most
get a vote.
interesting part of the movie,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Is how they died.
Yeah.
But like there was no like real like plot, or the resolution was kind of stupid because they still all flew away
yeah.
Yes.
at the end,
The ice cream truck exploded.
and they still lived because they stayed in the freezer with the ice cream.
Yep. Just
Right.
like
The Terenzi
staying,
brothers.
just like staying inside a refrigerator.
Did
during a
they
nuclear
fuck those
blast.
chick clowns?
Yes, that was another thing that confused the shit out of me. Why were the women clowns looking to fuck, but the men clowns were looking to drink blood?
Maybe that's just their species.
Maybe they were going. The
They-
chick clowns were going for a different flavor.
It was like
You don't know their life.
it was really date rapey too, because they trap you in a ball pit.
yeah.
And then
Did they grab anyone by the pussy?
I don't. They were women. I don't think so. They were date raping the men, the Terenzi brothers,
Doesn't mean
the
they
40-year-old high school students.
Yes.
It's like 21 Jump Street.
Maybe they just failed a lot. Just think about that. Yes, they're high school students, but maybe they're just that stupid.
So there was an issue that was annoying me. Like I was having a hard time getting over the cognitive dissonance that was incurred when the jumps would happen. There would be jumps. The audio was steady because it's a steady track, but they would like cut the video to fit with it, but it wouldn't totally fit. So there were all these like weird things happening. Like someone would be mid gesture and then they would like go down to their hands by their side, and then the like their mouths would still be saying the right words, but it was still like they like acted different.
Yeah.
It was just
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't notice it,
frustrating.
but I was
Tabbed out.
tapped out.
I mean, you got to think what we expect from movies is a lot more than even the B-rate movies that come out now.
Yeah,
Is a lot higher than what they would expect in the 80s.
it's true.
Unless they're Bollywood movies. 'Cause then they're the same.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm going to say right now that I'm pretty sure Bollywood's right at the same point as the 80s were in their making
Right.
movies.
yeah.
They just have slightly better special effects.
And a lot more racism.
They are very racist.
We should watch a
Very,
Bollywood
very
movie.
racist.
We shouldn't.
I think we should.
There's actually a couple of good ones that are pretty ridiculous that we could watch.
What was that one where the guy was on like a horse? I saw like a clip of it, and the horse slid sideways.
This is the
and
donkey show we were talking
and
about. You just got to mix it up.
yeah, and like slid under a semi. Like
Yeah.
it was a. You've seen it.
They do
Just ridiculous.
cars. I watched one the other day that was the guy was standing in front of like a huge army, and he gets shot twice in the chest with arrows, and then the guy turns around and goes to like run after the girl that he's in love with. So he picks up a spear real quick and spears him. Then he cuts the arrows off of his chest, and then he kills every one of them in the army. I mean, they're just over the top 80s style fight scenes.
I like it.
Let's rate this.
It's like Kung Fury.
Almost exactly like Kung Fury.
Gotcha.
I would rate
Did
this.
they ever make a second Kung
Yeah.
Fury?
You didn't see Kung Fury 2?
Did they?
I thought it didn't come.
No, they didn't.
It didn't come out.
I
yet.
just wanted to
they
get
were-
Chad's.
They were in the process.
Yeah. I am pretty sure it's gonna happen.
It's on Netflix.
It got a lot of notoriety for what it was.
I would rate this a 2.
That's where I was thinking too.
This was really
But
bad.
I
I
think-
didn't enjoy it.
I think that's what we rated Rubber.
Yeah, I would
And
put it right there.
I think Surf Nazis was like a 1.5 or something like that.
I would
And,
put it. I would rather watch this than Surf Nazis, but not by much.
Well, it didn't. There were some things in Surf Nazis that charmed me more than this movie.
Yeah,
Like the mother, like when she was chopping down the trees and shit. Like,
yeah. What's her face? The old.
They put her in the old folks' home that was
Yeah.
just a house.
Yeah.
Like,
She had a grenade. I remember that.
yeah, like she was delightful. There was
Yeah.
no one like that in this movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to give
But
this
still.
a .346.
Wow.
Your input has been invaluable today.
Thank you.
Oh,
See,
Todd's the new Chad, and Chad's the new Todd. Oh my God.
I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna give it like a 6.
What?
I enjoyed this movie.
What's wrong with your
Nostalgia, maybe?
No.
I don't know, but I like normally I sit there and inevitably if the movie really sucks, I'll sit there almost completely tapped out and I'll just listen to it and I'll just keep going back and forth. I actually sat there and watched this movie.
No, I had it on
Like I
another
was in,
screen.
I
couldn't-
enjoyed it.
I couldn't focus on it. It was
now-
that bad.
I'm not going to be watching it once a year for the rest of my life. This will probably be the last time I'll ever do it. But
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it. It's not. I don't know. It had entertainment value. I get why people like it. So
My girlfriend and I sat down to watch this last night, and
that joke's
literally 10 minutes into watching it, she's like, I can't do this. You're going to have to go to the other room and watch this. I'm going to bed. Like, okay, yeah, that's fine.
That's fair.
Garbage.
So I have to agree with Mike. This was the worst acting, worst special effects. I have the worst ADD in the world, but I was actually able to sit down in one setting and watch the entire movie.
Yeah.
That
What does that
surprises
say
me.
about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that surprises me.
Is it because it was at your level?
Maybe, I don't know, but like,
I understand this. This gets me. I don't just get this. This gets me.
it took me like 6 tries to watch 50 Shades of Grey. Like, I had to do that in multiple settings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll give it a 6 or 7,
Okay.
6 and a
They were
half.
bright
Do that.
colors.
Okay.
I give this a .346.
Thanks.
In case you guys were wondering.
Thanks, Chad.
You're welcome.
Tanner, I think we've spoken about it a couple times with your pure fear of clowns.
I hate clowns.
How did you do this? I mean,
I watched this when I was younger, too.
Yeah.
Like you. And I was just like, I remembered it being funny.
yeah,
He just tapped out. So
yeah, that's
I just-
true. Whenever the scary scenes came, you tapped out.
No.
didn't
All
even
it
have to
really
close
was
his
was
eyes. It was just
An ice cream truck with a clown head on it, and then at the end, it was just them standing there.
it was just an Asa Akira video on the other tab.
Yeah. When I play
Hotkeys.
when I play Twisted Metal, I just have a piece of masking tape I put over the top of the ice cream truck in the middle of the screen so I don't see it the entire time.
I keep seeing pictures of Asa Akira on Instagram, and it's like sleeping or Asian eyes.
Oh god,
It's
Is
funny
that-
because it's true.
is that Black Twitter?
No,
Are you sure?
these are white folk.
Black people Twitter's one of my favorite things.
Me too.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chad.
Wow, this
You're welcome.
is so helpful.
You're really adding lots today.
I'm sorry, but I watched the first 30 minutes of this movie.
Well, I mean, we're done talking about the movie now.
Yeah.
Well, I
We
know,
just
but
rated
that
it.
was why I
You
was.
rated it twice, and you
Yes.
watched a third of it. So,
You want to know what my rating is?
You got twice the rating.
It's a .346.
oh really?
That's
I would not have scored it above a 1 though had I added all 3 times together.
Why did you not? Why did you only watch 30 minutes? Was that a time thing or you couldn't?
I was busy.
Were you jerking it?
No,
yes.
I don't believe you.
I can do that during the movie. That doesn't stop me.
He was reading Twitter
Trust
quotes
me.
apparently
Uh,
about
I was. I
racist Twitter quotes about
read
Asa
another
Akira.
one. I read another one that was pretty great. That picture that had been circulating around of Mike Pence putting his hand on that NASA thing.
I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, apparently he came out today and said that he did it because Marco Rubio dared him.
Yeah.
He's putting his hand on the space equipment.
That's what I'm about. I'm about a leader that does things because he gets dared.
Not my
Doesn't
vice
matter if
president.
this endangers someone's life.
If I was the president, that'd be me. I would totally do that.
He was a vice president.
I would never be a vice president, let's be honest.
You would only be the vice president.
Yeah, fuck that.
Let's get
I
real.
think that's high hopes.
But yeah, the only reason you'd be doing those is because we'd be sending you text messages daring you to do things like
You won't touch the Liberty Bell with your dick. Yes, I will.
Been there, done that.
what?
Had to get in real close.
I don't think you've touched the Liberty Bell with your dick.
I don't think you're the type of person should be thinking.
Breaking news here.
Yeah.
Chad has not touched the Liberty Bell with his dick.
Prove it.
Pictures doesn't count.
That's not true.
Oh.
Doesn't North Korea.
We've hit a new low.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It happened with Chad.
Yeah.
We
So
lost it.
news this week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Mike Pence touching that thing at NASA.
we already went over that one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chad. I was gonna say North Korea.
They launched something.
What are those cool guys up to?
They
Rodman's people.
launched an intercontinental ballistic missile.
Ooh.
And I guess it's close enough or it has long enough range to hit Alaska now.
Alaska.
So I don't know why you would want to hit Alaska with a missile. I feel like that's a waste of a
Get
missile.
down to their tundra.
Goddamn grizzly bears.
Clear out some of
They're
that
just-
tundra.
He's just really excited about that
Tundra?
gold diggers show.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna help him out. We'll dig up some gold.
What is this bromance between Rodman and Kim Jong-un?
I've never understood it.
We've already talked about this.
It might be
He
a
goes
tale
over-
of love
He goes over there
and a
to cut his
forbidden
hair.
world.
Love, life,
Rodman
and
goes over there to
affirmation.
help.
Love in a forbidden world.
I'm pretty sure it's called money. They like to give him lots of money, so
And he
keeps
doesn't
going
have
there.
any.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean.
Dennis
Maybe
Rodman,
it's
big
meth.
superstar fan.
Have you heard about that? Have we talked about that? That
What?
they have a huge meth problem.
In
I can
North
see it.
Korea,
Yeah, and
didn't
like
know that.
they have a huge problem with their
Polk.
ambassadors
It's the Polk
smuggling
County of the world.
shit into other countries.
Yeah.
Like they're one of the leaders of getting ambassadors expelled from other countries because they sell crystal meth and steal other shit and take it back
I mean,
home.
why would you not? I mean, what they're going to get angry at you? They're just going to send you back.
Well, I mean, if we're not going to let them make money other ways, they're just going to sell crystal meth in our countries, I guess.
So they're the black market now,
Solid
like
plan.
literally.
Yeah.
Real solid plan.
So I could get elephant tusks from them. Pretty sure.
Apparently, it's really good crystal meth.
Ooh.
So you don't care if you get an elephant tusk or
that
not.
Walter White
It's
level?
government. It's government sponsored crystal
Right.
meth.
Right. They have that.
I mean, with the people being in such poverty, I could imagine drugs would be a good gateway for them.
Well, yeah, it's cheaper than food for them.
Yeah.
And like, if you're hungry and you smoke crystal meth, you feel better. So,
I always do.
I mean, that's
Speaking
like,
of Tanner, this is actually an intervention.
So-
We want to talk to you about your crystal meth problem.
I mean,
quit
instead
whenever I
of,
wanted.
like buying food, they get crystal meth or make it in their backyard or some shit. You know?
A neighbor who does that.
Yeah.
It's me. I need help.
But we're not going to get it for you.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're your own neighbor.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
What else? I'm trying to think of anything else that happened.
Shia LaBeouf got arrested.
He did.
Again.
Shia LaBeouf did get
Georgia.
Who's that surprised?
Nobody.
Do you guys know why?
George Lucas.
Drunk and disorderly, right?
Yeah.
I don't know the story around it.
Apparently went around asking for a cigarette. Some guy said no. So he went off, started yelling, screaming in front of kids, and we arrested him.
Seems like a solid reason to
He's
get
real
arrested.
upset about this being Donald Trump's America still.
Should have a cigarette.
So he's acting out.
I just can't. I don't get him.
I don't think it's your business to get him.
It's just.
So we started the first group or the first person out of the 3 celebrities that are going to died last night. So it was the guy from
He
True
doesn't
Blood.
count.
So I'm hoping
I
that.
forget.
I mean,
I wouldn't say he's a big celebrity. He was on True Blood.
He's been in a bunch of movies now too.
He was on Elementary.
He did.
a
What was that
recurring
movie with Cuba Gooding Jr.? The White House
Radio.
one? No, the White House one where they're doing all the
Command and Conquer.
Sounds shitty.
shit. I don't remember the name.
No,
of
I
it
know what you're
anymore.
talking about.
It's got
Not,
Cuba
not
Gooding
Few Good Men, the Men of Honor.
No. It's all the servants in the White House. It's the black guys that were in the White Houses in the
Servants?
50s, 60s, and 70s, and he was in that movie
Oh.
too. It was nominated for a bunch of awards.
I know what you're talking
I
about.
don't remember the name of it.
Servants or staff?
We're showing our ignorance again.
Yeah, I
Servants.
Okay, I'm just checking.
I mean,
Okay.
I guess you'd call them staff.
Just checking.
I think he was a bigger celebrity than Ted is giving him credit for.
Yeah.
I've seen him in True Blood, and that's it.
I mean, you couldn't even be
So-
bothered to watch this week's movie. So.
I tried. I just had something come up as I was watching it. Where'd it go?
Mhm. Mhm.
Today.
I'm busy, Zach.
We only
Guy.
had 7 days to figure it out.
Yeah, I only had 7 days to figure out. Fuck you, Mike.
It was 6.
Oh, sorry, 6 days. Yeah, we
I
did.
only had 6 days to figure it out. Fuck you, Mike.
Have we even talked about what the next movie we're going to watch is?
Nope.
No,
We
well.
walked right into this one blind.
All right.
We'll do a GIF like we did a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we could do that. Trying to think of a good question. Anybody got anything?
If you could, like, how would you kill people if you were a killer clown? What would your special talent be?
I'd stomp
You
them with
can't-
my big shoe.
You can't pick one that they did in the movie,
Oh.
but it has to be something like that.
I would stomp them with my big shoe. It would grow up like supersized shoe.
Okay,
Because you know how they already have big shoes.
that's an okay one. It's not as
Bigger.
funny though.
I think Todd would
Oh,
just
of course, this is
have
fun.
all of us travel around in his ass and climb out like it's a clown car.
That sounds about right.
Mine was
he
going to
wouldn't
be.
actually kill anyone.
Mine was
That's
going
his
to be a
job.
clown car thing. I was going to say I would just continue shoving people into a car until I crushed them to death.
Wow, that's dark.
I think that's the point.
Oh.
it's like in your face and brutal.
Pretty sure something like that
I mean,
happened
so is
in
punching
Germany
your-
with a train.
So it was punching your head off, but
It's
I
like-
thought that was funny.
It's like the difference between The Wire and Southland.
A little stretch, but I got it.
I don't know what I would do.
I'd get an
I hate
army
these.
of balloon animal dogs and attack them.
That was weird. Little balloon dog.
Oh yeah, we didn't
sniffing
even talk
around.
about that.
Yeah.
Their dog was a balloon.
Yep.
They would, like,
Why,
sniff
though? They
people out.
abducted the farmer's dog at the beginning.
They killed the farmer's
Yeah,
dog,
they immediately killed him.
Turn them to cotton candy.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
just like everyone else.
You
That was
can't even
definitely
recall
in the first half
30
an hour.
minutes that you did watch.
You didn't have nearly as much to remember.
Oh, I don't know what I would do. I hate clowns. I don't even like thinking about them. This movie was stupid. I hate all of you.
I think
I'm
I'd
gonna
do
agree
something
with
with
you.
sound, like a siren, make people explode with it or something, like circus music that gets so high pitched.
We still need to do House Bunny. We've been promising House Bunny for a long time.
You could do House Bunny. This was our first. Our first real recommendation.
Yeah.
We
That we
finally
actually
did
did.
something that someone else wanted, and
Yeah.
we hated it.
Yeah,
We'll
Yeah.
never do
Thanks.
it again. Butler. Thank you.
Uh,
It was called The Butler. That was the thing that he was in.
Wow,
Todd
that was
grabbed it for me.
delayed.
Look, Todd looked it up for me.
Sad.
15
okay.
minutes later, but you know.
The stats guy got it
And
for me.
that's the first time you heard from Todd in 15 minutes. I don't know why I almost called you Scott, but I almost did.
That's not even close to
Sorry.
his name.
No, it is a little.
Just calm
Sort
down,
of.
Scott.
It's 3 letters.
Yeah, okay,
All in favor for changing Todd's name to Scott?
done.
Done.
Thanks, Scott.
Larry.
I did not enjoy this. If you can, no, I'm not gonna even ask that.
Nope.
That's
Ask
stupid.
it. Ask it out loud.
No,
We want to make fun of you.
no, I'm good. Going back to the Pence thing.
We're just like jumping all the fuck
Any
around over here
item?
today.
Fuck you, Scott.
Good catch.
You can put your dick on one thing that's going into space.
Oh,
Ooh, that's a good question.
What is it going to be?
I don't know.
Astronaut's forehead.
There you go. I think that's my answer too. We all 5 of us are standing there like,
One
all right, it's
astronaut.
time.
Poking him in the head.
And then somehow This ends with someone drowning in semen. We ruin the mission to Mars.
There's no somehow. We know how it ends up with that.
You know, they announced this week that Mars is probably less inhabitable than we initially thought. Like, it's worse there.
No potatoes.
Yeah, no potatoes. Never
No,
gonna
I mean,
do it.
you don't have nutrients in the ground to grow.
But now
That's
they're
what the
saying
feces
Saturn's
is
the
for.
moon.
Yeah.
That's the spot. They're saying there's the availability to be able to harness energy there.
How do you get it home?
No, they're talking about to colonize.
Oh.
Are there enough resources to make a colony, though?
That's what it sounded like, yes.
I think this is
How do
NASA's
we-
equivalent of, I'm just going to watch one more episode. Let's just check the
Yeah.
next planet. It's
Don't
fine.
care. Like,
So
it's feeling it doesn't matter.
here's the one thing I did see. It's been over the last couple weeks / months, but Congress has actually put a bill on the floor. It's actually in committee at the moment to start a new branch of the armed services.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be the Space Force.
Is that what
They
Space Force?
Space Force.
Oh, my God.
Instead of it's like the Air Force, but Space Force.
I want to be that.
So you know how? Yeah, I've already told the girlfriend that if it happens, I'm going. Because the first rank that you can start is an astronaut. So no matter what,
You're an astronaut. Yeah.
That's how they get you.
He just,
You're really going to do nothing. And it's
He's
going to be boring as fuck.
he's a
Are
janitor
they gonna pay me
astronaut,
money?
though.
Would you like to know more?
Yep.
Does it really matter?
You're just going to
This has gotten you
go
before.
around the ship mopping floors.
Uh-huh, that's
This
right.
is how they got you before.
Another
Yeah, I
movie-
know. But this time it's in space, Zach.
Another movie we need to
it's
watch.
not actually in space.
Solaris.
No, not Solaris.
Are you going to speak?
Starship Troopers 2.
No.
No,
I
we
had
don't
it
do-
and I lost it. But then it came back.
I never want to see Starship Troopers 2
Love you some
or
Starship
3
Troopers, though.
because they were
it
stupid.
cannot be worse than this movie.
Oh, no, it can't. It can't.
It
movie was
can?
bad. It can't. Cannot.
Oh, thank you. That's
But
You
I
do
can't
your-
say that more clearly.
You said can't 4 times.
Cannot say that. Wait, can
Cannot.
say that more clearly.
Shut up. Oh.
Well,
That's
Okay, we're gonna end this as
Todd, you're
abruptly
kinda-
as we did last week. Goodbye.
Todd, you're kind of letting us down as host here. What's happening?
Yeah. Lead us.
Waiting for you to talk a
You're
little
not
bit,
even
man.
saying your
Scott.
outro
Scott.
or anything.
Scott.
Scott.
Shut the fuck up, Scott.
Just do a really abrupt
Scott,
exit.
make sure you talk
Peace
about.
out, yo.
Wait,
No.
hold on. Back
I
up.
did
Back
too
up a
abrupt.
second. Hold on. You got to talk about
Oh.
Facebook, Stitcher.
Oh, okay, so
How we're not on iTunes.
Facebook.com/Gooseriot. What's the Stitcher one?
We're on Stitcher.
We're on Stitcher.
We have a website.
We do.
Are we tweeting still?
Gooseriot.com.
I tweeted
think-
the other day.
Are we followed by Trump yet?
Yes,
Okay.
that was
got
the
a
first. That was the
YouTube-
first thing.
A YouTube channel?
YouTube.
channel.
Yep. And we're not on iTunes yet. We're working on that.
Something like that.
Sure.
Good luck.
It's been submitted.
Good luck.
Yeah. So maybe within the next 5 years or so, we'll get on there.
This
What
is
movie
the
next week?
longest outro we've done. This is painful. Scott sucks at this.
Scott is horrible at. We're never
Probably
gonna let
Starship
Scott do
Troopers
this kid.
2.
No, we're gonna
No,
do
we're
House
not.
Bunny
House Bunny.
unless someone
Who's Bunny?
gives us something better.
What was that?
I don't know.
What's wrong with
I'd like
you?
to watch Bruno too, eventually.
That's that.
House
It can
Bunny
get
it
worse
is.
than this movie.
Yep,
we'll
it's
have to
Bruno.
watch Bruno.
Bruno's not worse than this.
We're gonna watch House Bunny. Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.